Because during parliamentary proceedings on Tuesday, December 7, the minority leader, Haruna Iddrisu, restated the caucus's opposition to the 2022 budget. This was despite some concessions and modifications made by the finance minister.
Speaker, we are guided by the public good, and we think that monies recoverable from the Auditor General report can as well compensate for the imposition of an e-levy. So, Mr. Speaker, we on this side, we are unable to support government in its quest to impose an e-levy at 1.75% on Momo and associated transactions, including remittances and bank transactions. Therefore, we stand opposed, and at every level that e-levy is introduced, we will stand united to oppose it because it will inflict hardships on the core poor of the Ghanaian people.
We are of the view that the whole essence of democracy is not to shut the door, but to open it up for continuous engagement. Mr. Speaker, having said this, I would want to assure our colleagues on the other side that we may be emotional at times, we may disagree and be at each other's throats at times, but in the final analysis, we are ready to work together for the sake of Mother Ghana.
Still in the House, the Ghana Parliamentary Monitoring Organizations Network says it has observed with grave concern the current disturbances within Parliament of Ghana in the past few weeks. A statement from the network noted it believes that the split vote in Parliament offers an opportunity for the legislature to creatively engage and build consensus in order to effectively perform their mandate. The statement added that the failure to engage effectively among the caucuses, make concessions and build consensus generally is affecting the overall quality of parliamentary business under the Eighth Republic. The overall impact will erode the confidence of the public in Parliament and the recent gains made in the strengthening of the institution of states, according to the network. The network also made some recommendations, including an amendment to the standing orders of Parliament to incorporate modalities for operating under a split parliament and building consensus on the national budget and secure arrangements in the best interest of the nation. Well, still in Parliament, the members of Parliament representing Keta, Kwame Jujoli Gakbe, and that of K2 South, Ablaji Fagumashi, have been speaking to my colleague Komla Kluche on the modifications that have been made to the budget by Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. The minister on Monday announced 10 million cedis will be allocated for feasibility studies on a sea defense wall for areas recently hit by tidal waves.
I would say that at least you should have some respite that at least on $10 million, which is a commitment to what you have been requesting for, has been done by the Minister of Finance or the government for that matter. This should bring a bit of relief to your people.
When you look at it carefully, you study how the Minister of Finance couched the modified statement to the government policy, budget policy for 2022. It is clear that 10 million Ghana cedis is not meant for phase 2 of the Blekusu stretch of the Keta Sea Defense Project. This money is being committed for feasibility study. What kind of feasibility study are they going to do? Because feasibility study have been done already, and then phase 1 of the Blekusu stretch of Keta Sea Defense Project was completed, started 2015, ended successfully 2019 by Amandi Construction. And then phase 2 supposed to resume. And then 2020, 2021, and 2022 there was no budget line. And we are advocating for budget line for the defense project.
This significantly would not affect your stance on the budget?
No, for today or tomorrow, if you ask me to vote, I will vote the budget out because you haven't captured the plight of our people.
Are you not being overly partisan or politicking if you're holding an entrenched position? Are you not?
This is not entrenched position. We want direct benefit to the livelihood of our people. That's what we are saying. You are committing resources for research where researches have been done already. We want action, not talk.
At least that's the consideration, and that should be commendable.
I won't stop you from having your opinion, but it does not take away my opinion. I'm saying to you, it may well be good that we are having a study of the whole coastline. It's good. Timing in life is everything. There's a devastation in a community or 3 communities in this country. You have ignored it, and you're looking at what's going to happen in the future. When we start dealing with the problem that I have now, we can start talking about the future. I have a crisis on my hand. For the past 2 years, the borders have been closed. And we don't have cocoa farms in Ketu South. We don't have galamsey going on in Ketu South. What we have is the border activities that gives my people the opportunity to earn a living. That has been taken away for 2 years. And then force majeure is attacking us. And you're talking about the future? I don't know what the future holds for anyone. What I know now is that I must feel and have empathy for my people. I must be seen to be the voice of that woman who has never perhaps held a microphone, who cannot reach Parliament. I am her representative here. So I'm speaking on behalf of that woman who cannot make it into this chamber. The one who woke up one morning and her house was gone, her cooking pot's gone, only her cloth around her chest is all she has. I'm speaking for that woman. I'm speaking for that man who has children and has a wife, who doesn't know how else to fend for himself and his family, who, by the way, perhaps is in his 60s and has seen the better part of his life on earth. This fellow who is in his 60s, who has lost everything, who is speaking about that person's problems.
So
answer any question that I have.
So as far as you're concerned, even though they've made a bit of a consideration, you're still not satisfied with it, and it will not change your stance on a total rejection of the budget?
I have no intention of asking my leaders to accept the budget. I have no intention of appreciating anything outside of the situation that I have. As far as I'm concerned, the budget is rejected. It does not seek to solve my problems, the problems of the people who ensure that I'm a member of Parliament, the problems of the people who ensure that His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is President of this Republic. Their needs are very important right now.
Komla Kluche is our parliamentary affairs correspondent. He's joining me. Komla, before I even go into the business of the House today, we understand that the Nhyaiso MP, Sylvie Amoah, has been arrested. What more do we know about this? Well,
that is what we are also picking up from communication from the Ghana Police Service. I've tried to reach out to him. His phone is unreachable. I've also not gotten any sign of him here in Parliament yet. Stephen Amoah, we know he's always the punctual one, and often around this time he will be in the chamber waiting for business of the House to commence. But as I speak with you now, yes, he's not here. So I haven't gotten confirmation from he himself whether the story is indeed true or not. But if what the verified Ghana Police Service thread on Twitter is anything to go by, it means that the Nhyaiso MP has found himself falling foul of the law.
And that will be in relation to some breach of road traffic regulations. But now tell us about what the expectation is for Parliament today. What do we know about the business of the House today?
From the order paper for today, the majority leader will be laying some papers with respect to the budget estimate, which is the annual budget estimate for the audit service for the year 2022. Then the annual budget estimate for Parliament and the parliamentary service for the year 2022, and then the estimates of the judiciary and the judicial service for the year 2022. It tells you that there are various committees or these papers or these reports have been worked on, and the committee will be presenting its report to the majority leader for today. So invariably, the House may be zooming into the discussions on the estimates in the budget for the 2022 fiscal policy year.